Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2013. Ooh. I am about 25 kilometers out of a town called Orbost. We camped out right here for the night, as you can kind of see. Road is just maybe about 20 meters over there. Now, last night, I thought it was going to be hot cycle touring through Australia. I thought it was going to be really, really hot. And when I cycle toured through Asia, it was always so warm at night. It was so warm that like I couldn't cool my body down at night. Now in Australia, camping out. Now, this is what I wore last night while camping out here in Australia. So I have my cycling shirt. Then I have my short sleeve cycling shirt. Then I have my hoodie, or as they call them, jumpers here in Australia. They call them jumpers. I have my big, thick socks on. I have my leggings on. I have my shorts on. I had all that on, plus I had a fleece blanket as well. And I was still freezing cold last night. It gets chilly here. I did not sleep very well because I was always waking up because of the cold. And I had woken up about an hour and a half after I started sleeping because I had to go pee. And so then that just, whenever I wake up that early in the night, then it just kind of throws off the rest of my sleep. So, not a lot of sleep last night. Not entirely happy about that, but I will prevail for the day. But I guess, yeah, January 1st, always a time where people will start making a lot of resolutions for the next year, and I want to lose some weight for the next year. And where the hell are these mosquitoes coming from in the morning? I want to make a lot of resolutions, all that kind of good stuff, and it's good. I mean, if something inspires you to, want to make some change in your life, so with some resolutions, I'm all for it. You can do it any time of year, but as long as you're actually doing it at some point in the year, I guess that's a good thing. There's a quote that I read, or that I heard. I was listening to an audio, some sort of lecture. I can't even really remember the name of it, but the guy basically said, he's like, what would you do today if you died tomorrow? That would make you feel complete? And I mean, I think that's a really, really kind of good way to be like, you know what? There's these changes that I want to make. I want to make them, I want to make them. And, once I make these, then I'll actually kind of feel as if my life would be complete, and I would feel fine if I died. And I mean, that's a pretty big thing to say. I mean, I don't even know if I could say that. I mean, because it's tough to say, but I know I would definitely feel a lot better. Say if I were to get hit by a car today, I kind of feel like, well, at least I died doing something that I enjoy doing. So I wouldn't... Fucking mosquitoes. Unbelievable. Get out of here. I know I'd actually feel a lot better about dying if I were to say die today. I hope I don't. I don't think I will. But you never know. I'd feel much better about my life and about everything, that's happened as of late. Definitely, for sure. I feel like I've really started to live my own passion and my own purpose, and hopefully, with these videos that I put up, that will inspire you guys to do something similar. So with New Year's Day, it's the time for resolutions. So go ahead and make a resolution, do something for the new year 2013, so that you can, when January 2014 comes around, January 1st, 2014 comes around, you can kind of be like, you know what, whoa, I've made some serious changes in my life. and I feel good. If I were to die tomorrow, I feel fine. I'm gonna get packed up. I'm gonna get ready for the day because I can already tell it's getting kind of late in the morning. It's got to be 7:30, almost 8 o'clock just by how high the sun is already. So I'm gonna get packed up, get riding for the day, get some sugar into me, and I will catch up with you guys really, really soon. Oh, good day, good day. Like my zinc oxide nose, Now with the direction that I'm riding, the sun sets in the evening, and so it just beats on my face right before I finish up for the day. So really gotta make sure I'm getting the zinc oxide on my nose, or else my nose will be burnt to a crisp and I'll be so red and I'll look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And also something else that happened, I just found this water bottle on the side of the road. It's a new Camelback Podium. It's got the double lock off at the top there, and just found it on the side of the road. Hasn't even been used yet, I can tell. And it's probably about a $10 water bottle right there. Anyways, so what we're talking about today is, resolutions with New Year's and all that kind of good stuff. And one of the best tips, or one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you guys in terms of setting goals for yourself, is to really make your goals public. When you start to make your goals public and other people know about them, it really makes it a lot more difficult to back away from them and to not basically complete them. I went vegetarian. This is going back almost 2.5 years ago. So I went vegetarian and cut out alcohol, and I cut out coffee for a whole month, for 30 days. So I made the goal public on Facebook. And this was absolutely a really, really good way of doing it, because basically everyone was asking me about it, why are you doing this, blah, 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 blah. I would tell my friends about it as well. I'd be very public about my goals so that it was very more understanding for people. So when I went out to the bars and stuff like that, I wouldn't be drinking, and people would understand why I'm not drinking. Well, Derek's not drinking for a month. So it takes off also a lot of social pressures as well, because you don't always have to answer a lot of weird questions like why aren't you drinking, or why aren't you drinking coffee, or why aren't you eating meat anymore, all this type of thing. So with any type of with a habit in your life, it's really a good idea to make it public so that a lot of people know, a lot of people are going to hold you accountable to it, and you can also make that monetary incentive for people. That's just something extra that you can do just to really kind of make sure that you're not screwing up in front of people. You can still kind of sneak things in behind their back, but that's kind of defeating the point. That's where you got to have a little bit of willpower, a little bit of discipline. And that's probably one of the best kind of advice, best kind of tips that I think I can give you in terms of making goals, for the new year, for New Year's resolutions, all that kind of good stuff. Me personally, do I have any goals or resolutions for the new year? Not really. I really want to get my YouTube channel really high in terms of views and subscribers and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm going to be really focusing on. I'm also going to be focusing on really kind of improving my knowledge of health and wellness in terms of diet, nutrition, and fitness and all that kind of stuff. I really want to start to learn about that more. It's a goal of mine to go to Woodstock Fruit Festival this year. I've already started paying my monthly payments for that. I also want to, what else do I want to do? I really want to get decent at surfing. So for the whole time that I'm here in Australia until August of 2013, I really want to improve my my surfing ability. Have a little fun out there. I want to also ride across the Nullarbor, and I'm going to do that with a friend night. So for what we have planned so far, so we're going to do that. That's another goal of mine. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head in terms of goals that I want to do personally. I don't really have to make them public, even though I am on YouTube, because I've made so many goals public, specifically with the bike tours and stuff like that. I made them public way before I knew how I was going to do it. Basically before I knew how I was going to do any of it, I made it public. It's what, I want to do this, so we're going to make it public. I'm going to do this bike tour. So with your resolutions, it's good to make goals. It's good to have an idea of where you want to go in life. You just can't always be living in the flow. You got to have, it's nice to have some sort of direction, where you want to take your life, what you want to improve on. And yeah, it's all good stuff, guys. So, I had just a little cycle tour update.
Just the past 3 days that I've been cycling, not this day, but the 3 days before that, were the 3 hardest days I've ever had on a cycle tour before, easily, bar none. So the first day was about 130 kilometers, I think it was, and it was moderately hilly. It was a tough day. Then the next day did another 130 kilometers, and it was the hilliest day that I've ever done on the bike. It was so hard. I was so emotionally drained and mentally just hating everything. And then yesterday was another 150 kilometer day, and we did that, and there's 3 huge passes that I did yesterday as well. And today doing about another 150 kilometers and just another big day on the bike. So at this current rate, I will be in Melbourne on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so we'll just have another about 150 kilometer day tomorrow. Then that leaves just about 100 kilometers into Melbourne for Thursday. So fingers crossed, everything goes well. Riding really good on the bike, really strong. My legs are incredibly strong on the bike compared to my Asian bike tour. It's just been going really smooth. Not a lot of riding footage. I've been really kind of just drained on the bike and really thrashed over these past few days. So I mean, if you want to see the Australian countryside, you have to come out and see it yourself, because you'll appreciate it a lot more rather than seeing it on one of my videos. Okay guys, hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Please definitely share the video with your friends and family. Questions or comments below, like or dislike the video. Alright guys, keep it unreal, baby. Peace out.